So I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from a very warm Sevilla in Spain, especially a warm welcome to those who are joining us online today. So I'm Abigail Simon Hart, the co-founder of the Bracken Foundation, and it's really an honor to be here with you this evening and to welcome you to these 2026 Made with Patients Awards. And I think we all deserve a round of applause. We're all here. And I think what is so amazing about this award is that we're all here as family members. And I see it as almost like, you know, when one of your children is doing well, you want to encourage them to come out and do well. So, and I think that's the spirit of what we're doing here, is that we're really celebrating individuals, initiatives that are making a difference around the globe. And these awards are now in their 4th year, and they're powered by PFMD. I think PFMD also deserve a round of applause for that. I like to see, somebody mentioned that these are the Oscars of patient engagement, and I quite like that. And I think it's amazing because what we're seeing as the years go by is that it's getting better. It's getting more inclusive. Voices that weren't heard before are now being heard. And what's so exciting is that we're seeing from co-design of digital tools to community-led initiatives. And this year's finalists really show what is possible when we're moving away from just talk to actually really building with patients. And that's so important, because meaningful patient engagement cannot be just ticking a box anymore. It has to translate to more responsive, more equitable, and ultimately more human support. So tonight we're celebrating impact. We're celebrating our fellow family members who are excelling. And it's also about celebrating courage, partnerships, and people who are willing to step outside that box and really challenge the status quo. And it's really my pleasure to invite our amazing jury co-chairs, Paula Ray and Lode de Wolf, to the stage to share a few reflections about this year's nominations. And they were very good at kind of like moderating, because we almost came to blows during some of the jury sessions. So I'm sure they'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, I think, of this particular award.
We've rehearsed this, obviously. So thank you, Abigail, and thank you all. It is incredibly privileged to be in the part of the jury and to lead the jury as we go through these, often, as you say, tumultuous conversations. But it's incredibly inspiring. And I just want to take you back. When I started with patient-focused medicines development, I was looking at creating the Book of Good Practice. And 5 years ago at the Patient Engagement Open Forum in Barcelona, I remember us all on the rooftop co-creating what these awards could do and what they could look like. So it's amazing now that we're in our 4th year that we've actually got these awards as a recognised initiative and something people strive for. And it's brilliant to hear it described as the Oscars of patient engagement. But what we wanted to do was to help grow the community, to reach and raise awareness of the initiatives and the champions that are out there all around the world that we don't often hear about, because patient engagement is often undervalued and overlooked. And so we felt that this was the real opportunity to celebrate that. And so it's amazing to see year on year the growth that we've seen. This year alone, we've had a 10% increase in nominations from 220 to 242. That's an awful lot of unique nominations across the champions and initiatives. So there's an absolute wealth of knowledge and information and activity, and that's just from those that are nominated. So we are also seeing that the quality is improving, as Abigail said, which makes our life much harder because differentiating between who should be shortlisted and then who should be a finalist becomes a much harder process for the jury. But we also see continued spread in terms of geography, condition, and so much inclusion as we go through. But patient engagement does remain difficult. It requires trust, resource, time, and the ability to share power where often that's quite difficult. And so these awards are incredibly important because patient engagement remains difficult.
Thank you, Paula. So I'm going to say a few words about the process, because patient engagement is difficult, but so is the jury process. And the one thing they both have in common is they're human, not AI. Those 242 proposals this year came from over 50 countries, 50, not 15. Okay. And thank you. Well, thank you to the nomination. And that means that you are looking at somewhere, we didn't do the count, between 1,000 and 2,000 densely printed A4 or US letterhead of information to be processed by the jury, between 1 and 2,000. That's a few good books. But we, in spite of the process being human, we wanted to be rigorous. And the first element of rigor is continuity. So over the years, we have developed a guidebook that guides us to make sure that we are really process-driven and we do it the right way. The guidebook itself is also 17 pages by now, but that's the way it is. Another element is not just a guidebook, but it's continuity. As those of you who were here last year will remember, Paul and I made an attempt to retire from this role. We clearly failed because we're here again. Now that was triggered by a change in the environment, because at the same time, within just a few months of us announcing that we were stepping down, we had a new director at PFMD, and Lidwai had another baby. And so we're like, okay, we need continuity, and that's us. All right, but we found a solution for that. You'll hear about it. So we have a very rigorous process. It starts by, because the nominations are vastly different in size, in English language quality, in depth. They really are vastly different. So we first kind of standardized that. And this is the only place where we have actually tested and validated the use of AI, because AI is a language model. And they're very good at that. And when we go, it's really reliable. Where it's not good and we don't use it is for any of the decision making. Let that be very clear. It's a human decision. Okay, but the first step is standardization. The second step is deselection. We try to get 50% less of volume, right? Because that means that the rest has to be read by every jury member. That's a lot of work. And then we get shortlisting, and ultimately we have these infamous, very lively debates. And they always end up like 2 minutes before, after the set time with a consensus, right? That's the way we are. And so as you can see, for the jury as well as for the community, the awards are an incredible learning process. It's all about collective learning. Back to you.
And that's the other main goal of this, is to build capacity and capability in the whole community. By bringing forward all these amazing initiatives and champions, what they're doing, we hope to inspire everybody to go, we could try that, or we've got something similar, so we should raise awareness of that. So that's incredibly important, and we want to stress that we are here tonight to celebrate our finalists and our winners, but everybody that's been nominated, for us is a winner and is being celebrated. Because even if you've self-nominated, it's because you're passionate about the work you do. If you have been nominated by somebody else, it means you've been recognised for the work that you do. Both are equally important in this community, because, as I said, it's often undervalued and overlooked, but it is a key critical element of what we do. And, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So everyone's a winner. But the other thing we're trying to do as a jury is provide more feedback. So not only the sort of the finalists that don't get awards get feedback, everyone we're trying to give some element of feedback. So you can develop your own initiative. The jury, as you'll find out in a minute, has a vast range of expertise, and we want to share that, and we can help provide suggestions, links to new networks and new groups. So.
Yeah, so that brings me to the jury. The jury is another key element of the value and the rigor of this process. And this year we were lucky again to have a fantastic jury. And this is the breakfast this morning. It's the only time in the whole year that we actually met in 3D. The rest was 2D. And yeah, as you can see, it's a fantastic group. And I can tell you, those discussions, those difficult discussions, do breed trust and relationships that go way beyond the jury. So it's really fantastic. And I would like to spend a moment to those jury members present in the room, could you please stand up for a second? Thank you again. And to the rest of you, now that you've seen them standing up, please find at least one tonight and another one tomorrow. First of all, do a psych check. Are they still okay? But more importantly, talk to them. Because in spite of all the work, it's a lot of work. They keep coming back for more. So something in there must bring them value too, okay? Now, unfortunately, not all the jury members could make it, so we have another slide where they are all on there. So have a look. For example, Koto couldn't make it from Japan. For those actually interested, she's more than a jury member and a researcher. She's also a recognized international opera singer. I needed to say that. That was just incredible. Jeannie came back to one of the co-founders of PFMD, so it's great to have her back on the jury. So the jury is absolutely amazing, and I really want to thank them, because it's because of them that we have this rigorous process. Now, one element that is there that I need to say also is, don't just go talk to the jury, but step forward. I can guarantee you, you will learn so much from sitting on the jury. It's like an MBA in patient engagement. Because it's the same thing, you have to do a lot of work, read all the stuff. But really, you get so many ideas, and it's so motivational. That is really the reason you should do it. And because we actually want to have, we want some healthy rotation, which is why we're rotating off second attempt. But we need new jury members to come on. We want continuity and rotation in a very healthy, because that's what good governance is. So rotation, back to you.
Yeah, so thank you. So yes, we are rotating off this year for definite, and we are leaving it in incredibly safe hands. What we've done this year is our new co-chairs have been shadowing us over the last year to really understand the process and not hopefully run away, but also so we can really get that continuity going forward. So it's my great pleasure to announce Mandy Daly and Rosalind Schneider as our new. So if I could get you to both stand up, please.
Yep. Thank you very much for helping, because we had an overlap of a year, because continuity is not just handing over. We've actually worked as a team of 4 for the last year, and it was brilliant. It was truly brilliant. So thank you both for taking this on. We are so happy because we know it's in more than good hand. And I could not end without thanking the people behind the scenes. They don't know I'm saying this because it's not in the script, but the people from the Synergists, the engine behind, to make sure that all the worksheets, the thousands of pages, come to us the right way. Everything is randomized, standardized. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. So I would like, Emily, please, can you stand up? Ah, there she is, there she is. And yes, yes, Emily, I'm not forgetting it. Ozioma and Diletta on both ends of the room. And my last thank you goes to all of you and your friends and the community. It's thanks to the community that we get all these nominations, right? We're just doing this process, but this is truly co-creation. As Paula said, it started on a pee-off. That's why you should stay after dinner. A co-creation in the bar on the rooftop. We have no rooftop, but we have a pool. And that's where it started. And it's still co-creation, and see how powerful it is, because we now have the Oscars and patient engagement. Back to you.
Just a big thank you to everyone. It has been a privilege. It's going to be quite hard to leave this, but really grateful for this opportunity. And let's get on with the
Abigail, it's all yours.
I think they deserve a standing ovation. Can we stand up? Thank you so much, Paula and Lode. And thank you to every individual, every organization, and community that is represented in this year's finalists and the nominations. We want to take a moment to recognize every single and celebrate every single finalist. There's 21 of them, and for helping to shape a more collaborative, inclusive, and patient-centered future for healthcare. Tonight's finalists basically reflect the extraordinary breadth and length of ambition, humanity, and engagement that's happening all around the world. So among these finalists are 10 initiatives that are demonstrating what is possible when patients are meaningfully engaged, not just in the margins, but at the center of design and decision-making. We're celebrating collaborations, closing the data gap for rare diseases, co-designing hepatitis care from the ground up, and shortening the road to cancer treatment. And also partnerships that are now setting standards for involving patients from the very beginning of healthcare innovation. Alongside the initiatives, we are honored to honor 11 champions who are transforming lived experience into leadership. They're empowering their communities, advancing equity and dignity in healthcare. They're influencing global policy and strengthening patient voices, showing that patients shouldn't just be invited into systems, but they can really help to truly shape them. Can we just have a round of applause for all our amazing finalists? Every single one of these finalists remind us that progress is always driven by people. People who lead with persistence, empathy, courage, and commitment to really making healthcare much, much better for others. So to every single finalist, thank you. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you for the communities that you're brave enough to represent, and for the example you have set for every single one of us. And now to help us with tonight's awardees, I'm honored to invite Graham Johnston to the stage. Graham is a board member of the PFMD and a long-standing advocate for embedding patient voice across healthcare and medicine development. He has spent many, many years advancing more collaborative and people-centered approaches, always championing the importance of building with patients and not simply building for them. Tonight, Graham is representing not just the PFMD board, but also a broader global community, working to make patient engagement more meaningful, more systematic, and more impactful. So Graham is already on the stage, so welcome, Graham. So for the initiative awards, the very first is for Best Tools Implementation. Our first category recognizes initiatives excelling in adapting existing tools and resources to create a more unified ecosystem in patient engagement. So the 2026 Made with Patient Award for Best Tools Implementation goes to Little Journeys, Changing the Future of Personalized Pediatric Care Through Systematic Co-Design and Patient Engagement. Please welcome Daniel Keogh. So we have Daniel Keogh, who's the recipient of the award. Congratulations.
Amanda.
Sorry, everybody, I'm just going to get my notes up so I don't miss anything. But thank you so much. On behalf of everyone at Little Journey and TrialFlow, we're incredibly honoured to receive this award. This recognition means so much because it reflects years of working alongside children, families, clinicians and research partners to make healthcare feel less overwhelming, more personalised and more human. Through our work in paediatric healthcare, we've seen the difference it makes when families feel informed, understood and prepared. That's why we're now applying these same learnings, co-design principles and approaches through TrialFlow, our patient support platform for clinical trials. We'll be working directly with patients, research teams and industry. We're focused on helping to make clinical trials more accessible, inclusive and easier to take part in, so better patient experience can help to accelerate research and bring new medicines for people who need them. Thank you to every child, teenager, caregiver, clinician and researcher who has helped shape this work. This award really belongs to you. Thank you so much.
So the next award is for systematic, meaningful patient engagement. This category celebrates initiatives that prioritize patient engagement as a core part of their mission, with a focus on learning and growth. This year, we had a bit of a battle. You know, we talked about these really heated discussions, and we couldn't make up our mind. So basically, we chose 3 outstanding awardees in this category. So I ask that you wait until I've announced all 3 before we start shouting and yelling, please. So, the 2026 Made with Patient Awards for Systematic, Meaningful Engagement goes to ACT Now, Access to Cancer Treatment Now, Patient Reported Impact for Dermatological Diseases, that's PRID, and United for Rare. So we have 3 people. So we have Heidi Luna, Jennifer Austin, and Donatella DeCease, who are receiving the award on behalf of their initiatives.
Thank you. Just a few words. At Sobi, we are so honored and humbled to have received this award. And actually, when I say we, I'm speaking on behalf of the team. We have Giampiero here, Jason, Evelyn. Can you raise your hands, please? And we have 3 members of the team at home. We are very conscious that this is much more than an award. This is the recognition that when patients, communities, and pharma companies come together, then 1 + 1 = 3, actually. We saw a little miracle happening at Sobi. We are a small-sized, medium-sized company, less than 2,000 people, and now everybody is aware of what Unite for Rare stands for, is our commitment to patients and caregivers. And more and more people we see in the company acting with 4 clear questions in mind. The first one is, am I doing for patients? which is pretty obvious. The second is less obvious is, can I do it with patients? The third one is, am I measuring it? And why am I measuring it? And the most important one is, am I provoking lasting change in the society with my actions? So I will not forget the most important part, which is I want to thank all the co-creators. We are lucky enough to have 4 of them in the room today. So I would like Tamas, Dennis, Duran, and Joseph to stand up, because this award is for you, and thanks to you.
Wow, this is such a thrill to be in company like this, on this stage and in this room, to be receiving an award like this on behalf of my organization, Global Skin. It's been a really long journey for our organization in developing this patient-reported outcome measure, and it came out of a desire for our community to be able to fully capture the lived experience of people living with skin diseases, which is very much minimized and under-prioritized in healthcare systems. And it was not an easy journey, and I think that often when you're doing something novel or new and you're a trailblazer, it feels quite lonely. I will admit there were moments I think that we did feel a bit lonely, but we were never alone. And I just want to say some really big thank yous, and for some very specific reasons. For vision, I want to thank Christine Janis, who is my predecessor and who hired me into Global Skin 10 years ago and told me this was her idea and that I needed to figure out how to make it happen. She is a force, so I want her to share in this award, even though she's not here in Seville. I also want to thank, for collaboration, University of Hamburg and Cardiff University. They were our 2 main research partners. We could not have done this without their guidance and their knowledge and professionalism. For confidence, I want to thank our funding partners. Some of them are actually in this room, and you know who you are. It takes a lot of confidence, I think, in an organization like ours that was small and new and doing something really novel, and I'll be forever grateful for that. Commitment to all of the members of the staff and board of Global Skin for being so committed to this even through challenging times. And a special thank you to Alison Fitzgerald, who many of you know, who has been leading this project for our organization for the last 5 or so years. And we have 20+ early adopters using our patient-reported outcome measure, PRID. And for them, I want to say thanks for trusting in this measure, because it is taking a leap and doing something new. And then finally, but just not least in any way, a really huge thank you to our patient organization community worldwide. There are 350 member organizations in over 85 countries. So many of them participated in developing this measure. They brought into this process 5,600 patients that helped to develop this measure across 96 different countries. And for them, I thank them for their passion, and this award is really for them. There are a few of you in the room. Please raise your hands. You are part of this award too. So thank you so much.
Healthcare works best when it is built with patients and not just for them. Receiving this award for ACT Now, Access to Cancer Treatment Now, from the Philippine Cancer Society, is a profound validation of that core conviction. We started with a program and then legislative support and blueprint, turning local health ordinances into active frameworks. But we brought it to life where it matters most, on the streets, in the community, by deploying mobile screening buses directly to our communities and doorsteps and establishing dedicated patient navigation. We turned policy into real human impact. This recognition isn't just a milestone, it's a catalyst for systemic change. It proves that meaningful patient engagement isn't just an ideal, it's the ultimate benchmark for health equity. An achievement of this scale takes a village, and I want to express our deepest gratitude to all the leaders, institutions, and heroes who made this possible. Our visionary partners, Department of Health, Cancer Control Division, Quezon City Local Government, our dedicated health system partners, hospitals such as East Avenue Medical Center, Quezon City General Hospital, and KTI Lung Center, and St. Luke's Medical Center, Quezon City, and our leading medical societies, PSMO, PSO, and PMA, as well as our fierce patient advocacy group partners, Cancer Coalition Philippines, Cancer Warriors Foundation, I Can Serve, Langhap, and the Yellow Warriors. And most of all, thank you to our resilient community partners and to our selfless navigators who tirelessly turn fear into confidence every single day. And to the patients who trust us to walk this path beside them, you are the heartbeat of this mission. This is the true spirit of bayanihan, community strengthening in Tagalog, proving that when we guide a single patient forward, it's a victory that we celebrate as one. Last but not the least, I want to thank God for giving our team the strength, the vision, and sustenance to successfully carry out our programs and faithfully pursue our advocacies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You can really see how broad and how wide. We've gone to the Philippines, we've gone everywhere. And I think that's the amazing thing about this award, is that it does celebrate global excellence in patient engagement. So the last award category that we have is the Best Overall Initiative. And this recognizes sustainable approaches that elevate patient voices from the start and demonstrate that true quality and impact of patient engagement is possible. This initiative truly demonstrates what becomes possible when patients are involved from the very, very beginning and throughout the journey. So, the 2026 Made with Patients Award for Best Overall Initiative goes to Stitch, Strengthening the Integrated Treatment and Care for Hepatitis. Bethany Holt, please come and get your award.
Hello. I think you're all sick of my voice by now. I definitely am. Have to say, Chris, when we met 4 years ago in a cafe in a mall in Manila, I didn't think we'd be having an Oscar moment together. But I want to, say a few words, if I may, because this award is so meaningful and so appreciated, and we stand up here before you accepting it on behalf of a whole family from across Vietnam, the Philippines, the US, Australia, who 4 years ago had a dream to bring care and treatment for people with Hep B and Hep C to the community level. And 4 years on, we've done that. We're really proud of the impact this has had on people living with hepatitis. We've screened nearly 200,000 people. Over 80% of those have been linked to care in the community, and almost 100% of people who are eligible have been started on treatment. That's thousands of people. And to put that in context, it's about 3% of people living with Hep B and Hep C worldwide actually are on treatment. So we're really proud of that impact. We're also really proud, though, of the standard this has set for us and for our peers in what we can do and how we can do it together. We didn't go out to make a successful pilot and walk away. We went in with the intention that this was going to shift and change the system, a demonstration project that would eventually expand, as it has, to multiple provinces and now to address some of the major policy barriers.
In the Philippines, they're just launching their first ever National Action Plan on hepatitis. And in Vietnam, hepatitis has been brought into the national target programs for the first time, which is really going to expand the impact of this program to millions and millions of people. We're really proud of the fact that this has been done in partnership with private sector, academia, government, and of course, patients, people with lived experience. We're proud of the fact that this innovation, this commitment to innovation has gone beyond products and thinking about how do we innovate in how we work together, how do we innovate in service delivery. And finally, I guess I have a few provocations, given that's the theme of what we all talk about here, and an ask for you to extend the impact of this work, depending on who you are. The first is to our industry partners in the room. I ask you to give us time and give us your trust. This project was possible because our partner, Gilead Sciences Global Patient Solutions, gave us 5 years of guaranteed funding with no predetermined intervention. 5 years of funding, no predetermined intervention. That is generous risk-taking on their behalf to partner with us, and it's set the new bar. In terms of researchers like myself and providers, my ask to you would be to be data-driven, to be evidence-based, but also to be courageous and to be patient. When you do meaningful engagement, when you work on complex problems, you are definitely not going to see fruit right away. We did not. At the start of this work, it was still taking more than 100 days to link people to care. But we used that data with our patient partners to improve and to find the areas that we could address. So use data and use it to improve, and consider the lived experience of patient partners as data in that journey. Finally, to our people with lived experience, our patient partners, it goes without saying, this could not have been done without their voices. We're proud to and very committed to meaningfully engaging people with lived experience, patients living with hepatitis B and C and their families from the beginning, through the research, in the implementation, excuse me, in the policy. They're in the rooms speaking to the ministers of health with us, and that makes all the difference. We often talk about empowering patient voice, but no one needs to be empowered. The power is already there. The power is in those stories. It's been absolutely a privilege, a huge privilege of mine to be working alongside people like Chris, people like Joshi, Diane, Amy, Shiloh, the other Yellow Warriors back in the Philippines. I hope you're watching and know just how grateful we are for your partnership.
So I'm not as good speaker as her, so I have to read. So I am honored to receive this award on behalf of my team, Diane, Amy, Shiloh, and Joshi. I only wish they could be here today because these recognitions belong to them. And together with Bethany, they work tirelessly and passionately to make this achievement possible. This award is more than a recognition of our work. It's a recognition of young patient leaders who choose to step forward despite of personal challenges and despite of stigma and discrimination. Their courage, commitment, and willingness to lead have made a real difference. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to Bethany for mentoring and nurturing the next generation of patient advocates. This recognition also sends an important message. Patients have the ability to contribute meaningfully to improve health systems. We are not just recipients of care, we are partners in care. Our voices matter, our experiences matter, and our perspective bring value to the solutions that shape healthcare. This has been demonstrated through the model of care that Harvard, Bethany, Stitch, Gilead, and Yellow Warrior Society Philippines co-created together. Our experiences shows that when patients are engaged as equal partners, healthcare becomes more responsive, more effective, and more people-centered. We often talk about people-centered care and social participation. But these concepts only became meaningful when they are practiced on the ground, when patients are invited to the table, listened to, and empowered to help design solutions that affect their lives. To PFMD, thank you for believing in our work and for recognizing the importance of patient leadership and patient engagement. Your support encourages us to continue advocating for a healthcare system where every patient has the opportunity not only to receive care, but also to contribute to improving it. Finally, I dedicate this award to every patient advocate who continues to speak up, show up, and work for change. May we continue to prove that lived experience is a powerful form of expertise and that patients are not just part of conversation, we are part of the solution. Thank you.
As we now move to the Champions Award, this warms my heart because 2 years ago, I myself was a winner of the Hall of Fame Made with Patients Award. So it really touches my heart to be in this position to share the stage with some amazing, amazing champions. So we're going to be focusing on individuals who are helping to transform patient engagement across communities, systems, and global health conversations. So we're going to start with the Jury Special Award. And this recognizes individuals whose work has made a distinctive and lasting contribution to advancing patient engagement and community leadership. Once again, the jury could not make up their mind. So what we did was, I remember Lode even says, we had the system where you can only vote for 2. And we spread it across. And we were like, do 3. Lode said, no, we must do it the correct way. And we ended up with a 3 anyway. So we're very particular about fairness and process. And we did honestly end up with 3 people that we could not separate because we went through a very rigorous process. So the 3 amazing people that this 2026 Jury Special Award go to are the following. Wait. Don't clap till I announce them, Catherine Mura, Ritu Jain, and Sneva Dave. Please come on stage to receive your award. Hold on.
First.
Hello, everyone. Well, thanks for having me here. This is my first time attending, and I'm really grateful to be with all of you. I feel really special. Well, I didn't came here alone. Actually, I come here with thousands, millions of voices of cancer patient community from Brazil and also representing Latin America. And this is very special for me. I'm a believer, so I do believe that we can promote the change that we want to see into healthcare systems. And we can do this with patient engagement. Yes, we can. I wake up every day and I know that we can have a great chance every single day to do more and to do better for those in need. So I do my best to try to contribute. And I really think that when we come from a place like I do, Latin America, a place with lots of social inequities and so many challenges regarding access and equity, we need to keep up with the work. We need to move forward. We need to keep the strength, resilience, and I do my best. And I'm also very, very much inspired by you, by meetings like this, and listening to so many great stories. So I would like to thank you all. I thank Meru Lestigo that gave me this opportunity to do this amazing work with my team at Abrali and Abrasta. And also I would like to thank my dad. My dad is a great cancer survivor, and he taught me two things. First, you need to be very, very focused on what you want to do, on the transformation that you want to promote. So focus, you can do it all. And second, have the courage to do so. This is really needed. So I hope we all can remember that we can promote any change that we want to see. It's only a matter of time. And second, I think we should always remember that we are all patients. It's just a matter of time as well. So thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sneha Dave, and I'm the Executive Director at Generation Patient. I have led Generation Patient for 14 years now, which is very surreal to say, standing here on this stage, and I'm incredibly honored and grateful to Haley Chapman for nominating me for this award and for the incredible young adult patients that I've gotten to work with over the last 14 years. A couple of things that I'm very proud of that young adult patients have led from our community are we've led over 650 peer support meetings and really transforming what peer support means as an intervention in the care of young adults with chronic and rare conditions, and coupling that with policy and systems change. So our team of young adult patients have written federal legislation, worked to pass federal legislation. Our team is currently preparing for a major hearing tomorrow, and I'm just so proud that all of our work is really guided by the lived experiences of young people who are entering adulthood with lifelong conditions. I also have been a patient since I was 6 years old and have lived with severe colitis and with a J-pouch now. And so this work is really meaningful and personal to myself, as well as the millions of young adults between the ages of 18 to 35 with chronic and rare conditions. As for what is ahead, this award gives us so much momentum internationally to continue the work to define and distinguish young adults as a separate demographic from children, adolescents, adults, and older adults. So a lot of us have been grouped traditionally with this large age demographic. And so being able to have this award and to be able to be recognized for the importance of young adult patients as a distinct group is really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to the work ahead and really excited for your all's partnership and support, and just getting to meet so many of you all has been the biggest privilege of this event. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Piaf. Thank you to the jury. Thank you to the friends who nominated me. Really appreciate this award, which is called Made with Patience. So I'd like to honor exactly that. I'd like to honor every patient, particularly with rare diseases, whom I represent, for the stories of fear, hope, wishes, pain that have enabled the work that I and many of us in this room do towards bringing about the change that is needed for our communities. At the same time, that we're being acknowledged for the work we do in creating healthcare systems that are equitable, fair, just, and for bringing about change that should be a human right. That irony doesn't escape me today. So let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's commit to continuing to work towards bringing about the change we seek, as you said, and towards bringing about healthcare systems that are really meaningful and equitable. And I hope we can all become redundant. That will be success. Thank you.
How amazing is that? We should all work to become redundant. Isn't that amazing? and to be the change we want to see. And the next award, the Rising Star Award, I think is exciting because I think this particular awardee really is living the change that she wants to see. This award recognizes a champion who is quickly becoming a powerful ambassador in her field for patient engagement. Through leadership, advocacy, lived experience, and she's helping to shape the future in a much more inclusive and meaningful healthcare collaboration. So, the 2026 Rising Star Award goes to Linksy Mixtoli. Good job. Good job. Well done.
I'm going to start off by just giving a quick descriptor because many of the folks that I work with live with vision loss, and I know they're going to be watching this at home. So I'm a 5'6" woman with dark curly brown hair, a beige vest, very colorful pants, and even more colorful blue shoes, and glasses, a big grin on my face, and medical devices on my arm. What I really want to say, though, is that I love Lego, and I promise that that is relevant. For me, patient engagement is like doing Lego work, but taking sets that have been built and collected dust on a shelf and unpacking them and asking if we can build them in a new way. And not just build them in a new way, but build them with new people. And for me, that means working with folks and builders that bring all types of expertise, what I like to call the 4 L's of expertise. Folks with lived experience, with a diagnosis on their chart, folks with loved experience, family members, friends, neighbors, folks with learned experience who study conditions day in and day out, and those that have labored experience as well, who work in the field. I am so grateful for all the folks with all types of L's of expertise that I get to unbuild and build Legos with, especially for the people at Diabetes Action Canada, Tracy and the fellows that I work with, because they bring the coolest pieces, and when I leave pieces on the ground and they step on them and it hurts, they forgive me eventually, and we get to build really cool Legos together. This recognition for me is a recognition not just of my work, but of work that is rigorous, relational, and rooted in community, and most importantly, work that can bring joy. So I hope that you get to also find joy in your work as you unbuild and rebuild some Legos. Thank you.
Amazing. I'm sure we all have a lot of colorful and big Legos that we need to be building when we get back home. Last but not the least, we have the Hall of Fame Award. And this is amazing because it honors a seasoned champion whose long-standing contribution to patient engagement has created meaningful and very long-lasting impact across healthcare systems and communities in her home country. This award recognizes her record of leadership, influence, and sustained commitment to advancing healthcare and patients remaining very firmly within its center. So, the 2026 Hall of Fame Award goes to Laura Kavanagh. Congratulations, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me into your community and taking example from the last contributor. I should describe myself as someone who has snowy white hair, glasses, and looks mildly terrified. Because anyone who knows me will know that I'm not a fan of the stage. I like to work behind the scenes, but I am passionate about partnership, and I believe in people's right to participate, right to be involved, and I enjoy working alongside them to create spaces where they can be involved in as little or as much as they want around issues that are important to them, to their families, to their communities, and I think to all of us as a society. I am incredibly honoured to work alongside patient and service user partners who each day show up with incredible energy and bravery and creativity and commitment, and try to do what little we can together to make a better health and social care system in Ireland. Some of them are in the room today, and there are many more back home. And it's been said before, but it's no less true. This award is yours. Thank you.
Congratulations, madam. What a truly amazing and inspiring evening. And this is just evidence that for people like Laura who don't like coming out on the stage, somebody's watching you, huh? And that's why it's really, really important to nominate. So what we're looking at here is not just excellence, but progress. Every year the movement is getting stronger and stronger, and more generations are being inspired to step out and innovate and be different. And I think one of the most encouraging things about these awards this year was that quite a few of the people who received awards this year had been nominated before or were finalists. So the message here is continue learning, continue building, because it could be your turn next year. Continue to strengthen your work. Don't get discouraged, because you can see that these finalists, these nominees from last year, their efforts have been rewarded. So, to everyone in this room, let's all remain part of this amazing, wonderful, pure family. Keep collaborating, keep challenging, keep reapplying for the nominations. And the most important thing is, I would just like to thank you all for being here, because every single one of you here are all champions. So I think once again, this is really amazing what we all do. I think that if we could have given everybody an award, we would have done, but Lode and Paula wouldn't let us. So, on behalf of PFMD, the jury, and the entire patient engagement community, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your dedication in making patient engagement not just meaningful, but transformational in your own environments. If you want to learn more about the finalists, there is going to be a barcode that's going to come up now. Just scan the barcode to explore their initiatives, impacts, in greater detail. The celebrations will be continuing upstairs, as Lode says. I do believe there shall be sufficient quantities of beverages, depending on the beverage of your choice, of course. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this community. Let's keep innovating. Let's keep working together. And thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. And before we go, I'd like to ask the awardees to stay back for a group photograph. So let the celebrations begin, I guess. Thank you very much.